Hello there.
Yo, man, if they kill off my girl Grace, there's about to be a lot of drama in this reaction. What's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law and film student here for Sydney, Australia, absolutely shooting his shot. And we just witnessed an assassination attempt on Tommy Shelby or Grace's life. I do not know what the heck happened at the end of last episode, ladies and gentlemen. The Italian mobsters are hitting back at the Shelbys for obviously what panned out in episode 2 of Peaky Blinders season 3. Today, we are about to watch episode 3 of Peaky Blinders season 3 for the very first time. We're about to get into the reaction. I was going to say we're going to have some fun with this thing, but it doesn't look like it by the looks of things after what happened at the end of last episode. So yeah, let's see what's in store for us, and let's absolutely smash this reaction. Let's go. Okay, by the look of Tommy Shelby here, it looks like Grace has passed away. And listen, I was talking last episode in my reactions about Thomas Shelby not really knowing love and being able to see through people, being able to see through that dog, only knowing death. Actually, not being afraid of death at all. He died a very long time ago during that war. And he given that same look to us, the audience, as he was to that dog. Man, we didn't... You know it's going to be a dull episode when we don't get to cue the credits like that. And the credits aren't on a black screen. I'm hoping for this to be a triple upload if you guys are watching this back to back to back. So yeah, because of the ending of episode 2, I think this deserves a triple upload with episodes 1, 2, and 3.
He's back.
Was he out there all night?
Every night since the funeral.
Are they
In
actually...
the morning to see Charles and feed the horses, and
Okay.
when it gets dark, he goes off again.
Okay, I want to address something here, and this season is moving real quick. And listen, we didn't even get time to process Grace's death. We just, have the funeral, and even in this season at the beginning, we had a 2-year time jump, and there's so much going on this season that excuse me for being confused a little bit. And I don't know if viewers at the time were confused, and, because my friends, they told me after season 2, some of them were saying, listen, it's still quality. And then others were saying it completely goes to shit. The quality downgrades. But I think season 3 has been quality thus far, but I feel like they are rushing things a little bit, or maybe they're just doing it in a way for us. We don't get attached to anyone at all. Just, yeah, you're not going to be able to process deaths. We're going to move on real quick, and we're going to get down to the business side of things. But yeah, there are so many factors at play this season that I'm still trying to grip my head around. And listen, you had the Russian spy, I believe, in episode 1 that was killed at the Shelby estate. And I believe they found out he was a spy because Winston Churchill, there was a code word to use, and Winston Churchill passed down that code, and the guy said Constantine, and if the code word was wrong, obviously it meant he was a spy, so he was killed. But you still got these dealings with Winston Churchill and some other Russians to, supply the tanks, and then you have this Father Hughes coming into play as well. He's like, I think, working under Winston Churchill, but he's got this weird obsession with the charity and kids, and he's on fraud watch for the kids stuff because, yeah, we ain't having none of that here. And then you got this Tatiana individual who's Georgian, I believe, and was related to that guy at the estate. And she's got this weird sexual fantasy, or this weird sexual tension with Shelby, who I talked about in episode 2. And now that Grace is gone, I hope they don't go down that route with Tatiana. So there's so many factors at play, and I'm still trying to get my head around it. Then obviously you got the family feuding as well, and the Shelbys, the frustrations with Arthur, John, and sort of like the family itself being in disarray as well. There seems to be a lot of tension amongst the brothers too, especially with what John did with the Italians and the Italians striking back. And that's going to be interesting to see, because John's the one that sort of instigated it all. Or was it Lizzie who's the one that instigated it all with her relationship first off, and John not being able to handle that properly? But then Thomas Shelby himself paraded John for the way he enacted it, the way he sort of reacted, to the situation by continuing to stamp his authority on the Italians and, you know, not giving a sense of hope to any sort of rebellion that's going to happen. So yeah, there's a lot happening this season, the first two episodes, and I can see how viewers may be confused when it first aired out, and that's why maybe it was a downgrade in quality, because you know, there's a lot of information to process, and maybe it's not handed to you on a silver platter, and maybe it's not delivered in the best way possible, actually. So I just wanted to echo my thoughts there, because we're moving real quick, man.
Clearly you'd find him in the pasture. How's the baby?
He asks for his mum at night. Tommy made a list. He wants to see you two first.
What about John and Arthur?
Maybe Tommy Shelby actually knew love, and I ate my words from what I said last episode, with the way he's processing Grace's death.
There's also been a threefold increase in donations to the Shelby Foundation charity. The council have suggested naming the new school the Grace Shelby Institute.
I'm telling you, man, Michael's next in line.
Grace Shelby Institute is acceptable to us.
Michael's the one that can really compose himself and hold it down and say how it is.
Any of the things I want doing?
Gonna be interesting to see how long Tommy Shelby's like this.
Let's go.
We've already seen him.
He wanted to see people in a particular order.
Oh, but Arthur, we need him back. Sabini and Solomons have already sent condolences and flowers, so it won't be long before they come trotting up the A1 like wolves.
Go on, there's a timetable.
Only good news.
It's only good news, Molly.
Arthur and John are the ones to watch out for.
Here we fucking go.
There he is. We interrogated his boys.
Yeah, he went to Liverpool. He's waiting for an immigrant ship to New York.
When?
First ship sails Saturday.
All right. I have contacts. People in Cunard and Liverpool. They'll have passenger lists. They can get you into the point of departure. You pick him up and you bring him to me. Who's he got travelling with him?
His wife.
What?
His wife.
So shoot her and bring him to me.
Damn, he's seeing red at the moment. He only seeing red.
Tommy, Mrs. Changretta was a teacher at our school.
She's a good woman, Tom. Good woman.
Well, if she's a good woman, then she'll go to heaven. Hey, Arthur.
Damn. I told you, he's seeing red
Just
only.
on the list.
Buffy
Don't
style.
burn it. Don't speak in the phones. The fucking Secret Service is listening. I want the old man alive. I want to do it myself.
Are the Secret Service really listening, or is he just paranoid? And it's an excuse not to use the phones. Either way,
Ah, that's it.
it's smart not to use the phones, just in case.
Come, John.
Tommy, if you ain't going to be there, you're going to have to tell us something.
That's Polly.
Not Michael.
What?
Not Michael, no.
No, not Michael, no. Because Michael deals with legitimate business.
You saw him before us.
John. On there.
Wait, what did you say?
You saw Michael before us.
Fuck's sake, John.
Because legitimate business, John, is the priority. Legitimate business.
Since when?
My fucking wife took a bullet meant for me!
All right, listen to me. There's going to be a little war in a little place that no one gives a fuck about. And the side that is going to lose needs a little bit of hope, and they're willing to pay. When that business is done, legitimate business is the priority. Now, do what's on the list and fuck off.
The performances are actually superb, man. Superb. Say what you want about how quickly they're moving on. And maybe how complicated this season is thus far, but the performances
When are you
stay
coming
superb.
back? Hmm? Back
servant seat.
Oh, it's nothing to do with politics, either. It's fucking freezing in the big room.
Don't
Don't
swear.
mind your language,
Yeah.
Uncle Carl.
Either we're in the servants' quarters because it's where the fucking Moses.
Hey. Carl's there, man.
Find better words.
I Paul the swearing in if she can't.
There's no reason for us to be speaking Rocker or Shelter in any case.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying there is no need.
When she's drunk, my wife can't speak fucking English.
John. How much swearing, man?
You dealt with it?
Incentives, no threats. Implied consequences without specific reference to physical harm.
That's why young Michael is the boss.
Michael's so good, man. I love him.
Knows better words, right, Pa?
Since when was I your boss, Arthur?
First the boss meeting, then the workers meeting, eh?
When did either of you two do a day's work?
In the old days, Finn, family meetings used to be all of us together.
Arthur, shut up.
We're just fucking bin men whose duty it is to obey. Shangreta.
I can see why John and Arthur are frustrated. But in a way, listen, they're used to that side of the business. Michael's been, he's been embedded into a different side of the business. Obviously, began with the legitimate side of the business, and it's going to stay that way. And I think it's better to separate the two and not entangle both of them. So, yeah, I get where Tommy's coming from as well, to separate both sides of the business and keep the legitimate side in its own lane, and obviously the illegitimate side with Arthur and John in their own lane too. But I can see why they're frustrated and how they think they're going to be seen, or they're seen as castaways. And there we go with Arthur drinking again excessively.
We go outside and we shoot some fucking pheasants. That's what the boss is doing. It's fuck off, Arthur.
Damn. I told you, man.
Fuck you, just say to me.
Michael's the one with the...
I didn't ask for separate meetings today, all right?
What the fuck did you just say? I didn't fucking hear. Right?
And that exactly is right there.
I didn't ask for separate meetings today, all right?
Fucking pheasant.
Hey, Carl.
You can't say things like that.
Now look what you've done.
All right, promise. It's just a fucking whiskey talk.
I don't ask to be protected, all
Right.
right?
Shut up. The pair of you.
We're
Sit
family,
down.
man. Come on. Cousins, brothers, we all
Sit
blood.
down. Look around you. Look at this house. Look where we are. Look how far we've come. I think it's about time we all started acting in a way more appropriate to our station. We're none of us bin men anymore.
Hey, you can thank Tommy as well for the success in the past few
knit us all
years.
Together.
Look how far it's got you
I'd
guys.
like to propose a toast.
Business is booming.
It's a family united that shall never be defeated.
Tommy's gone. Swear to God he's in a wagon with Johnny Dogs.
This is what he does now.
Hey, Tommy's the Lone Ranger, man. Let him be for the moment.
They're coming out in the drive. You're not going to tell them.
Tell them what?
That we're going to Wales.
Wales.
I left a note.
Did you tell them why we're going to Wales?
No.
At some point, you're going to tell me why we're going to Wales.
Yeah, when we get there.
Maybe for Charlie's protection.
Walk on. Shut up out at least one woman, Tommy.
Johnny is the woman we're going to see. Walk on. Walk on.
Is May in Wales? Maybe May? I don't know. She's the only one I can think of.
Birmingham in 3 days.
Look at that fucking face, John boy.
Listen, Tommy's on a dark path
that
of vengeance
face.
at the moment.
Now he feels it.
And if he continues going down
You
that
won't
path,
feel nothing until you point that thing at a man.
he might enter a dark space that he will never get out of.
Do it.
A black hole for eternity.
There you go, young boss. There you go. Now you feel it. Now you feel what we feel. This is what it's like.
Don't compromise Michael, man.
That's a web blade. Jumps on the hammer.
How does it feel, Michael? Huh? One squeeze. I'm gone. I'm fucking mate.
Michael, you fucking watch that Webley don't jump, you know that?
Yeah, you never know with these guns, man.
And the body of the man you shot wraps itself around your ankles. Pile up. It gets to the point where you can't walk in a room without bringing a load of them with you.
What's going on?
What are you doing to my son?
What's going on?
Polly, we're just educating the boss here on our side of the business.
Giving him a taste of what it's like on that side.
Good in the house.
They teasing him with the dark side, man. They're like, come to the dark side. Polly's like, I will make sure you remain in the light. On the legal side. Hopefully.
I'm not a fucking kid anymore.
Here we go. Oh, damn. Yeah, he had the upbeat rock music. You just know he was going to deliver a hardcore line. They polluting the man. I said man, not kid. Yo, prime accuracy while drunk. That's insane. That's impressive. From both of them. Minimal recoil as well.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes, thank you.
Also, in between episodes, I searched up who plays Father Hughes because I knew I recognized him from House of the Dragon, Viserys Targaryen, and it was Paddy Considine. I was like, I couldn't point, I couldn't figure I couldn't figure out which actor, like what his name was, but I recognized the face, and he's an absolutely fantastic actor because I knew straight away as Father Hughes. He has this on-screen presence already. Like, he has that gravitas. He commands respect on screen. He's absolutely fantastic, and I feel like he's a scary character himself. Like, he's very, very hard to read. And yeah, I just feel like he plays Father Hughes very, very well. And I obviously recognized who the actor was. I just couldn't remember for the life of me what his name was. Just another fine addition to Peaky Blinders. Already got a list of juggernaut actors in this show and actresses. Also, can I make a quick shout that, listen, I said in last episode, Grace got shot under the collarbone, right? And I thought, listen, I know it's 1922, and, you know, the medical advancements weren't as, you know, weren't as they were today, obviously. So maybe she did lose a lot of blood, and maybe, you know, she did get killed. Or maybe Tommy saw that as an opportunity to, you know, keep Grace alive, but in the shadows. And maybe he's taken her to a woman in Wales in Grace. And Grace has been, listen, only her, you know, her whereabouts and her, you know, her livelihood is being kept under wraps by only a few individuals. And yeah, obviously he couldn't trust John or Arthur with that news, because you saw Arthur in episode 1 talk about the guy they killed. I forgot which character it was in season 1 they killed, but it was an off-screen death, and he started leaking how they had to kill him while he was drunk, or while he was on the booze, while they were in the driveway around the fountain. And I can't remember which character for the life of me it was. I'm trying to remember. I can't believe I remember him saying it, but I can't put my head on it. So yeah, it makes sense why he wouldn't, you know, tell John or Arthur that information, with them being on the Tokyo and the booze a lot. So yeah, Grace could be alive, and it could be Tommy Shelby putting on an entire act, you know, that, you know, he's going down this deep state of depression. He's unhinged at the moment, and he doesn't want to see anyone. And it's maybe to protect the interest of his own family, and he's keeping everything under wraps. Like he's putting on the biggest act possible to ensure that, you know, his whole family believes that Grace is dead, and that's the only way to protect his family in the best way possible. Take her to Wales, take her away from all this shit. I could be wrong, but listen, who knows with this show? We saw what happened with Danny in season 1. The fake death.
Goodness. I'm sorry. You must need a rest.
So, do you tell your friends you're painting a gangster? Is that the fun in all of this?
I think he genuinely
Truth,
likes
I don't have
her,
any friends.
and she's finding a hard time
Anyway,
believing
everyone,
that.
my wife, when she died, well, the body. My motivation for doing this is twofold. Firstly, you have a face full of contradictions, and it's a challenge to capture them in one expression. That's the sales pitch. Second motivation is that I am planning to seduce you eventually. And please, God, sleep with you.
Hey, at least
Hold
he,
that, please, God.
Please, me.
at least he's honest with it. At least he's honest. He came clean. Yo, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, man, you playing a dangerous game, man. Like, you don't know what you're getting into. This is the wrong family to F with. Or to sleep with. Listen, it wouldn't, like I said, it wouldn't put it past me if Grace was alive. You just never know with this show. You don't know what Thomas Shelby's up to, and, you know, the way he might use certain situations to his advantage.
And stop. And he didn't say what he wants.
When he was drunk, he said absolution.
But I'm pretty sure she's
That's
dead.
nothing.
I'm pretty sure she's dead, but there's that little bit of doubt in my mind. You just never know. We didn't even see the funeral. We didn't see anything.
Thank you for your time, Adam Boswell.
I heard someone shot your wife.
That looks like the female Jack Sparrow. Eh.
If you're looking for soldiers, our men are all up at Appleby.
I have no need for soldiers. It's not why I came here.
Oh, it's the sapphire. Send that juju away, man. That's some bad juju.
What do you think?
You're selling?
Giving.
Why?
Would you take it?
I'd take it.
Would you wear it?
Why would I not?
That's my question. My wife was wearing it the night she was shot.
That gypsy curse.
And I lie awake at night at 4 in the fucking morning and I blame myself for her death.
For placing
I
that.
pushed some people too far.
You want me to tell you this jewel is cursed? And then her death won't be all your fault.
If I believed in priests,
You can't blame it on a
I
piece.
would confess and ask for forgiveness.
You can't blame it on a piece of jewelry, man.
All I have is you, Madam Boswell. I have a son. I have a business. I need to get some sleep.
It is cursed.
Damn!
I feel its curse burning through my heart.
Well,
That's you, Tommy Shelby.
well,
You'll have good fortune from now on.
let's see.
It's done.
Let's see.
You're not going to give me one fucking clue what that was about.
All religion is a foolish answer.
What does that mean?
I'll go and get Charlie from the camp and have learned enough bad habits by now. You can drop us to the train station. And Johnny boy, if I were you, I'll come back here tonight. Later on, it's going to be one hell of a big fucking plot.
Hey, it seems like maybe... Listen, he moved on real quick ever since he got the burden of the sapphire jewel away from him, realizing it was cursed. And listen, he gave it to Madame Bozo. He's like, ship it, pack it, FedEx Express, send that shit away from me. Like, that's what he did to it. And I'm just like, he snapped out of that real quick. And I'm just like, if Grace was really dead, he'd be truly, truly grieving. Like, he wouldn't snap out. I don't know anymore. I don't know. We didn't see her die, so I don't know. We saw a shot, but...
He has our people all over the docks. If it's going to happen, it will happen now.
We'll be all right.
Why don't these Irish fill in their papers in advance?
Think about Mott Street, the cafe, the smell of the coffee.
Good luck, brother.
Oh, signore, partici passare.
Good luck, brother. Good luck. You ain't making it on that ship, brother. Hey, good fortune from now on. Let's see. How long is that good fortune gonna last? Arrivederci, brother. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Hey, listen, you better watch out from the other side.
Officer, there are some men. They mean us harm. We are in danger here. Can you escort us to the dock? Please, come with me.
Yo, the officers are probably paid off as well. You never know.
You got a light?
I reckon they're not going to touch the wife, John and Arthur. I reckon the wife is going to be sweet. It's their old teacher, man. Yo, they seen that guy jump the line. I told you, right under the pier.
Thank you, officer. That'll be all.
John Shelby. Is that the lad I used to teach? Shelby, I smacked your ass.
Let him go.
Please let her go.
Martha, how many times I looked the other way because of your sweet smile?
I said let him go. He's coming with us.
They're going to leave the wife alive.
Until I know my wife is safe.
Say he's in the harbour. He can do you no harm from New York.
Oh, I can't do that.
That's your old teacher, man. That's your old teacher. Like,
Listen to me. Go to the cafe in Mott Street. Benito will take care of you.
Let him go too. He's an old man. I give you sweets and cakes.
Greta, there are rules. Your husband knows the rules.
it's still Miss Crane Greta.
Come on, old man.
It's always the same. I always still call my teachers Miss or Mr.
Sorry.
or Mrs. if I see him in public anyway. Like,
We're just obeying orders here. Let him fucking go! You have 10 seconds or Tommy's orders stand. They stand. 1, 2,
Please.
3.
I love you forever.
4.
I look yonder. I look yonder. A big black cloud car.
hey, that's their side of the business, man. Tough decisions. Day in, day out as well.
Here come Tupelo. Come to Tupelo.
That's the side Michael does not see yet.
Yonder.
I'll tell you. It's after 7 in the evening. And I'm going to keep you alive until it gets light.
to hear the blackbird singing outside. It's a beautiful sound, which my wife will never hear again.
You're gonna be here for a very long time, mister. And he gonna do it himself.
I'm gonna have to choose carefully. Which part of you I cut away first? Open your eyes. Open your eyes, or I will cut away your fucking eyelids! Now look at me. Look at me. This is the end. This is the end. It was your tongue that gave the order. I'll take your tongue first. And I'll take your ears.
He's doing a lot of talking, but not actually doing it.
Take your fingers.
I wonder if he's trying to inflict as much fear as possible into him. And then he might let him go.
Shall I take your balls first? You drain too fast like you fuckers do. I take your tongue. You won't be able to explain. And I want you to explain. I want you to fucking explain.
Yo, whether Grace is alive or dead, I'd be feeling the same way. Like he's obviously gonna be angry either way. He's gonna be on some path of vengeance. His wife was shot, and the bullet was meant for him.
I forget who I am. I forget who I am. I'm a blinder. I'll take your fucking eyes first! I heard the blackbird sing.
Damn.
And we got his wife aboard the immigrant ship to New York. We didn't kill Mrs. Changretta.
That's all right. We're not those kind of men.
Possibly Arthur making the best decision in this episode.
Did you do what was on your list, Adam?
You and your fucking list.
Hey, no one knows what's on the list.
I spoke to an old friend of Freddie's. He's a Communist Party candidate for Balsall Heath. I asked him about the Birmingham branch of the National Vigilance Committee. He said he'd heard the Soviet embassy was getting information from the inside.
And? Did you get a name?
Yes? But just promise me no one will get killed.
Ada, it'll be me, or John, or Arthur who gets killed if you don't give me the fucking name. There's someone ahead of us, and I need to know why.
James Monkland. He's a Lloyd's underwriter. He's got an office on Curzon Street. Tell me, for fuck's sake, who is it that's ahead of you?
I know we could count on you, Ada.
No, you can't. And I just asked you a fucking question.
And I notice you started wearing lipstick again.
Who's the guy?
So what? I got bored.
You can change what you do, but you can't change what you want.
And what is it that I want?
Love.
Gonna be a vacancy coming up at Shelby Company Limited. Boston office.
Boston, America.
Lipstick, clothes from Paris. No revolvers, all legal. Just turn a few heads. Do the transit deals.
Now that's tempting. That's very tempting.
Johnny's Monkland, right? Good night, Elijah.
I don't know if the subtitles are wrong there. Did he say I love you or goodnight Ada? Because sometimes the subtitles are wrong on Netflix. They're not perfect. Bro, this show and its badass slow motion walking scenes are like, with the rock music, never gets old. Give me 50 minutes of it. I'll be fine for an episode. I don't care. James Monkland.
Mr. Shelby, they are very, very dangerous people.
Oh.
You think I don't deal with that on a day-to-day basis?
Well, fortunately so are we. You have to choose who you're more afraid of. The Peaky Blinders at exactly 11:43 or Section D at some point in the future. If you make the wrong choice, you won't see 11:44.
Do they always have to do the stock taking at night, Arthur?
Only because, you know, it slows down production. Thank you.
Thank you.
Got the cross on now. Got the cross tattoo. He's a changed man, Linda.
Night work will have to end.
I will.
Yeah,
There are things to do at night.
yeah, exactly, man. There's things to do at night.
We've spoken about.
I was going to wait until you had a strong cup of tea in your hand.
Come on then.
But I'm going to have a baby, Arthur.
Oh, where did that come from? I know where it came from. I'm sorry. My bad. Congrats! Yay! I don't think Arthur is fit to be a father, but
Yeah. You said you spent the night taking stock. Well, so did I. This working at night will have to stop.
I hope it changes Arthur for the better. But like I said, this is a character with severe mental problems that have not been addressed. We're going to have the highs, we're going to have the lows. Okay, I take back what I said in episode 1 or 2 about Linda being a spy, potentially. Like, I was just weighing up the options. Who knows? Because you'd attack the weakest of the family. Mentally, I guess. He's the easiest to possibly infiltrate for information. I mean, he did it to Grace in season 1. So, when she was doing the counting for him.
I've got a stolen statue back there with its dick hanging out, waiting to be melted down.
You know what I find with this series, and I was gonna say, I wanted to make this comment at the end of episode 2. I was talking about you could follow any family in this show. I feel like we could follow the Solomons, for instance. Alfie Solomons could have a family and have kids. We could follow Alfie Solomons, and we could, resonate with him and see the struggles, or see, how the Peaky Blinders inflict their sort of business dealings onto him. And we might feel so, like, if it was from the POV of Alfie Solomons, and then maybe, for instance, Changreta, sorry. If we followed, the story from him and got to bond with his kids and his wife, we'd feel sorry for him for how the Peaky Blinders took over and maybe how he's trying to reclaim his territory. So it's interesting. Obviously, we follow the story from the perspective of the Peaky Blinders. These guys are terrible individuals. Like, listen, they're clearly scarred from the war. They're changed men. And I think we don't resonate with them, but we, I guess we we decide they're our main protagonists, but we obviously they're portrayed in sometimes like a badass manner, with the music, the way they walk, like they're badass gangsters, and that's why I think we root for them a lot of the time. It's just basically it's because it's evil on evil. Basically, everyone's a part of this game, and it's just you pick your sides in this game, and we are we choose, well, we are as the viewer, we follow the Peaky Blinders themselves. However, along this game I've liked other certain characters as well, such as Alfie Solomons, and I hope he stays alive during the course of the Peaky Blinders, their reign in Birmingham and London and everything else. So what I'm trying to get at basically here is the shows I'm currently watching at the moment, whether obviously before with The Sopranos, Boardwalk Empire at the moment, and Peaky Blinders, which are set around the same time. The entire show is bedridden with the evil. Everyone is a corrupt character. No one is innocent. No one is innocent whatsoever, apart from possibly the kids. Everyone has done terrible things. They continue to do terrible things, and they continue to take advantage of hardworking individuals in society. They're gangsters in the end of the day. They're doing illegal activities, and who cares if they end up being completely legitimate in the future? What they've done before is not going to be erased by the fact that they're becoming completely legal. So that's what I'm trying to say here. And I feel like maybe they killed off Grace in this episode or this season. I know it was a quick turnaround between the marriage itself and her death, and the curse with the sapphire jewel and everything that goes along with that, but maybe I feel like they killed her off so quickly and early to provide that little bit of emotion, or that emotional arc for Thomas Shelby, that we as the audience sympathize with him, and we grieve with him, something to bond us closer to the character of Thomas Shelby as he descends into this fit of madness and rage. But he seems to have snapped out of it quickly this episode and seems to be his normal self again. I'm not sure if that was a quick turnaround, but it seems like the burden that he was carrying this episode was the jewel itself, and he got rid of that and he snapped out of it real quick. And I think the music really emphasized that as well. And I talked about last episode that Thomas Shelby himself, I feel like he was dead long ago from the war. So maybe because of what he experienced in the war, and because he had killed that part of his soul, or killed most of his soul in the war, I feel like he was able to move on from Grace's death, I guess, a bit quicker. I don't know how much time has passed since the funeral, maybe a couple of weeks. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of factors to consider, and hopefully I'm articulating myself well here. I don't think I am. And I'm trying to, consider that there's a lot going on this season. There's a lot to process. There's a lot of dealings. And yeah, it's Peaky Blinders, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, look, he's not here. He's not here, I'm going.
Horses. By Curly.
All right, what is this? He's fucking giving us all this shit.
Come on. Right.
Arthur, you got wire on the fucking cork. Give it here.
Bastard. Right. Gentlemen.
Baby announcement.
Linda is up to Swanee. I'm going to be a fucking dad. Fuck off. Yes, Curly. Yeah.
Arthur, knew you had it in you. I knew you had it in him.
He hasn't made...
September, she reckons. The tits feel different already.
Yeah, it's the only thing that's going to be different, brother. You're fucked now, man. Fucked. Absolutely fucked.
Nah, nothing's going to change, John.
Everything changes.
Goodbye, Arthur. I've a meeting I have to go to.
Yeah. Yeah, of course you do.
See, I feel like that...
Yeah, you got you, mate.
I feel like that goodbye, Arthur, wasn't just for the meeting. Wasn't just for the meeting itself. I think Tommy is aware of Arthur's mental instabilities, and he's worried that he won't possibly be a good father. We know how mentally unstable and volatile Arthur is, and I think, that goodbye was possibly for the goodbye for the character of Arthur Shelby. You won't ever be the same again. Oh, Zinedine Zidane, what's up, bro?
Your Highness, Mr.
Prick.
Shelby.
I know he's a priest, but he's a prick. I just know.
Welcome, Mr. Shelby. Grand Duchess Isabella Petrovna.
Oh, she evil. She evil too. She evil. We saw last episode that she told her husband that he may have to kill Thomas Shelby in the end.
Before we begin, Mr. Shelby, we must offer you our sincere condolences on your recent loss, which some of us witnessed.
Nah, Tatiana, evil, man.
Drive, Mr. Shelby.
Yes.
They say you're an expert on cars.
Yes, I am.
I am curious. What was your father's profession?
Well, he told fortunes and he stole horses. Often he would tell a man that his horse would be stolen, and they would marvel at his powers when it was.
Yeah, you, Father Hughes. You, Father Hughes.
Should we say grace?
Yo, he on that. Motherfucker. You had the audacity to say that?
For what we are about to receive, the Lord make us true.
He said,
say grace.
Should we say grace? Look, that slight grin. Listen, Paddy Constantine is a he's a fantastic actor, right? He's an absolutely phenomenal actor. And you just got to notice the subtle details right there. That slight grin after he said grace. He knew what he was doing. Watch. Look at it. The slight grin. Watch.
Before we should we say grace?
Look! Yeah, he's smart, motherfucker! Oh, man. You're on site. You are on site for that.
To receive, the Lord make us truly thankful.
Tommy Shelby looking through him, man.
I'm not here to eat.
He only see death.
To do business. What I have to say can be said before the main course.
Like I said, he only seeing red.
Grand Duchess, I must apologize for the bad manners of my compatriot.
Nah, bro.
Report on the mission's progress so far.
You left a letter
I've made only one copy for
underneath his son's pillow.
Who should I give it to?
My husband is in charge of this operation. But since there will no doubt be vodka later, perhaps you should give it to me for safekeeping.
Yeah, she's the one.
Mr. Shelby, while we eat.
The Grand Duchess is the one pulling the strings, man. The husband, the biggest puppet.
5 factory foremen on our payroll have begun a campaign of victimization against communist workers in 5 factories across Birmingham. She will be paralyzed.
So, how will you move the train?
We have 2 locomotive drivers who have been allocated to drive the midnight goods train to London. The armored vehicles will be waiting on flatbeds.
Bro, Tatiana is frothing over Shelby.
I have to say that this soup is exceptional.
Shut your pie hole, man.
Delicious.
Ammunition and incendiaries will already have been packed up and crated for transport to Istanbul.
And how long to London?
The train won't reach London. All the goods will be unloaded at a coal yard in St Albans and put onto Shelby Company trucks. From there, they will go directly to the Poplar Docks.
Your Highness, if you're having difficulty,
I wonder who the informant was as well.
I can go through the plan with
Is it because he dropped Father Hughes' name that he hasn't stopped
Waiting
looking
for
at
my
him?
Men, all goods will be dumped into the sea before first light.
What happens when they discover the armored cars are missing?
This is the amount of extra expense I believe I will incur for trucks and fuels.
And I think he deserves it.
Respond in kind.
Of course, Mr. Shelby.
Before I go, I would like it known
Grace's secrets.
I'm unable to swallow food in the same room as this priest. Enjoy your evening.
Yo, is it because he received information about... Listen, I don't want to say the priest is a PDF file, but
Mr. Shelby to his car.
Yes.
he's got some dirt on Father Hughes that like goes beyond what we already know on the surface. Yo, Father Hughes. Yo, Paddy, man, wrap it up. You're done. Yo, where have I seen the actress that plays Tatiana? I've seen her in something. Yo, no cap. It looks like Grace's sister. Like the actress's sister.
I'm being paid to act, to observe, like a soldier. The complexities are your business. Go and speak to Isabella. I trust her to decide.
You are able to continue your business dealings even after what happened. Perhaps you did love her.
She's there, by my side. And she says, don't trust these people.
You're with him all the way, man, in spirit.
Don't give me permission to kill the priest.
Yo, there might be some harsh truths spoken by Tatiana right there. I could be wrong. But listen, yeah, the fact that you were able to conduct your business dealings, you know, so easily and so shortly after her death, maybe you didn't love her. But yeah, listen, maybe some harsh truths, maybe it goes hand in hand in what I was saying last episode about, you know, Tommy Shelby truly being dead after the war and not really being able to love someone, you know, tying into what Inspector Campbell really said. And even though it was spoken from the words of the villain of the show or like one of the main antagonists, it doesn't mean it's not true. Who knows? Who knows? It could be true, but it could be not true. You know, who knows? Because Tatiana just said the exact same thing. Who knows? Listen, you guys can battle with those remarks in the comment section down below. I'm loving this show at the moment. I think season 3 has been quality thus far, and it's getting more interesting. It's getting more interesting in episode 3, and I'm starting, you know, to comprehend what is happening. And I feel like it's just easier to follow. You know, I had my issues at the beginning of the episode with how complicated this season has been thus far. Not complicated in a way. I just, yeah, in a way, there's like so many characters. There's so many parties involved that, you know, report to their own individuals. So yeah, it's just sometimes a little bit hard to follow. But yeah, I'm coming across to it. I believe it's easier to follow thus. Much more at the moment, but I don't think we get the reason as to why Father Hughes is the informant at the moment, giving information to the Soviets, to the embassy themselves. Okay, so yeah, I guess we'll find that out in due course once Tatiana does a little bit of digging with her side of the family. So yeah, it's interesting, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks like, yeah, Grace is truly passed on, has truly passed on, and yeah, she's going to be side by side with Tommy forever. Hopefully. Let's see how this all plays out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm enjoying Peaky Blinders Season 3. It's been your boy, Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.